Hey everyone, it's me again, and welcome to my channel. We are going over the form that I mentioned before, the passenger form that I give to people. The person that I asked to test it out completed it and sent it back to me. I asked them if it was okay if I could make a video on their responses because it's good. It allows me to provide a good teaching moment because from my point of view the form worked. It did exactly what I wanted it to do, to let me know how to prepare and see if flying with them is possible or not, or if I have to mitigate some risks or change things around to know, or possibly just talk to them. So the form, the person is going to stay anonymous until I get permission, but otherwise it's just going to be person A. So these first of all, I asked him after he sent it, like, did he understand the form? Was there anything that he didn't understand? They explained that there was nothing, that it was very simple, but it revealed to me that first of all he's okay leaving the state. He, the basic information, they're used to being in front of the camera, so they signed and dated the clause about being recorded. They were honest with the rate. Now whatever rate someone's going to give me, I'm going to add £10 to it. So if you give me 120, I'm going to add £10 to it because when you come to the fly, you're going to have your coat, you're going to have your stuff, you're going to have your wallet, and you've eaten, so you've got water weight on. So in the second section under the fun stuff, question number 3 shows me that he doesn't understand completely. The question was, do you understand that things can change at the last second? And then we can have plans set out, and we can plan to do whatever we want to do. We can do our fly, and we go to the airport and things change at the last second without any notice. And it was kind of a trick question. It's a psychological question, because the rest of the form, the rest of the answers has a yes/no option at the end of the question, but this one just says, please circle yes that you understand plans can change at the last second. And he didn't do it because he didn't see that because there was no yes and no. He didn't circle the yes that's in the middle of the sentence. The form had changed at the last second. It shows that the passenger doesn't understand how things can change at the last second. Like the entire form, you get asked a question, and then you can answer yes or no or non-applicable. And this, for one particular question, it changes. There is no yes or no option. There's only one yes in the middle of a sentence, and you're supposed to circle that yes. And if you understand what's been telling you, you would be able to catch that and circle it. But it's obvious that he doesn't understand fully, or he just overlooked it, maybe watched the form there, maybe. That would be something that I would talk with the passenger and, go into a little depth of how things can change. And it can be something as small as that. And if you've got to keep your situational awareness about you the entire time. And it shows me that he doesn't fully understand this. So also in the fun stuff, I asked, where do you want to go? They think big, it shows me. places like Miami, Seattle, Japan. So that would be a fun cross country going to Japan in a little Piper Cherokee, but it's good. It shows that he tells you that the person thinks big. Nothing like local area. He doesn't think of $500 burgers. He thinks of $1,000 burgers, but or maybe $1,000 sushi. But it's good. There was nothing marked for number 2. Like there's a section at the bottom to ask me questions, and it was blank. So the question number 2 has no yes or no option, and it says, are you able to have at least some money on hand? And the questions for me was allowing you to ask me, there's no yes or no option, to tell me that you spotted that there's nothing there. Again, it's a psychological type question style, but it shows me that he didn't catch that. Okay, so the only thing that is a serious concern that currently, as things stand, would make it a no-go. It would not be possible to fly with this person unless there was someone else with me in the plane. Is that I asked, are you going to be okay with taking the controls of the airplane in the event of an emergency should one occur? And they marked no. That makes the flight trip a no-go, because you have to be comfortable with taking the controls. If something were to happen to me during the flight, like if I have a heart attack or if I pass out, stroke, faint, pass out for whatever reason, they are going to have to take the controls. And if they're not comfortable with that, then they're just going to die. So it's a serious concern. It's a serious risk. No one is expecting you or anyone to be able to fly the plane perfectly. You just have to be able to talk to ATC and be talked down on how to land. But if that is something that they are not comfortable with, then it would be unfair of me to take them up into that situation where that could happen. So that immediately tells me that this person, there's a safety concern. There would have to be someone else up front with me while this person was in the back. And then that would be somewhat safer than having them sit up front. Because if you're in the co-pilot seat or the second in command seat, there is a chance that you have to take the controls. If I have to go and get stuff from the back, like if I have to turn around to get things from my flight bag, I have to ask you to hold the controls for me to keep the plane level. So this is something that I would probably talk to, see if there's any way we can change this from a no to a yes. Like if I talk to them, explain how to, if I show them how to hold the controls, how to talk to ATC, if that's going to change them and how they feel about it. If not, then like I said, that would be a no-go. That's the end of their any chance of them flying with me without having someone else with me, because it's a safety concern. That's an absolute no-go. And it shows me and it proves that this form works, because I just gave the form to the person to fill without any explanation. I was available for them to ask me questions if they wanted to, but it allowed them to answer this form without realizing what the implications of their answers are. And it proves that this actually works. Having something like this written down helps you with your pre-flight planning and make a determination whether the flight is practical or not. So, okay, so that's 10 minutes. I will check you guys later. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you later.